July 22, 2022 is a Friday. Welcome to your daily weather for Queens. Dress for heat. The temperature today should reach up to 96 degrees Fahrenheit and down to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is at 27%. You can expect no rain and no snow today. Not many clouds. We've got moderate wind at about 13 miles per hour. Tomorrow is going to be hot with clear sky. Sunday is going to be hot with light rain. Monday is going to be hot with broken clouds. Tuesday is going to be hot with light rain. Wednesday is going to be hot with light rain. Thursday is going to be hot with light rain. Flood advisory in effect until 3:45 p.m. EDT this afternoon. What flooding caused by excessive rainfall is expected? Where? A portion of southeast New York, including the following counties: Nassau, Queens and Suffolk. When? Until 3:45 p.m. EDT. Impacts: minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Water over roadways, overflowing poor drainage areas. Additional details. At 2:15 p.m. EDT, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain due to thunderstorms. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Between 0.5 and 1 inch of rain has fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 0.5 to 1 inch are expected over the area. This additional rain will result in minor flooding. Some locations that will experience flooding include Jamaica, Flushing, Huntington Station, Glen Cove, Plainview, Syosset, Mineola, Huntington, Westbury, Great Neck, Oyster Bay, LaGuardia Airport, Jackson Heights, Forest Hills, Bayside, Hicksville, Whitestone, Melville, Port Washington, and Woodbury. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. And now for the news. Warning: some news stories can be disturbing or offensive. Stories are provided by various sources. In our next story, first polio case in nearly a decade is detected in New York State. In 2018 and 2019, there was a measles outbreak in Rockland County, in which more than 150 people were infected with the disease. In our next story, the Loeb Boathouse in Central Park will close this fall. The current brick and multi-columned boathouse, which opened in 1954 after Carl M. For our next story, U.S. detects first case of polio in nearly a decade. NDTV. U.S. polio. The last naturally occurring cases of polio in America were reported in 1979. New York, the United States. On T. Hurubie reported its first case of polio in almost a decade. In our next story, astronaut Buzz Aldrin's flight jacket could fetch $12 million at auction. Reuters.com. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin, lunar module pilot for Apollo 11, poses for a photograph beside the deployed United States flag during an extravehicular activity EVA on the Moon, July 20, 1969. In other New York news, unvaccinated young adult becomes first U.S. polio case in nearly a decade. An unvaccinated young adult from New York recently contracted polio, the first U.S. case in nearly a decade, health official ALS said Thursday. In other New York news, how the NYSE and NASDAQ are different, why that matters to investors. The New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ are two of the most frequently referenced stock exchanges in the United States. In other New York news, a case of polio has been detected in New York, the first known instance of the disease in the U.S. since 2013. A case of polio has been detected in New York, the state's health department confirmed on Thursday. It's the first known instance of the disease in the U.S. since 2013. That's it, New York. Have a good one. We're always working to improve our service. Please subscribe to show support. See description for sources. This content contains information from OpenWeather (TM) API, which is made available here under the Open Database License (ODBL).